Welcome to Chad Hates Carbs. Today we're going to do a slightly modified version of Paula Deen's gumbo, so let's get started. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and get this Dutch oven ready to go. We want to have this in medium-high heat, so we're going to put it, I don't know, let's do 7. And we want to take half a cup of vegetable oil, stick that in there and get it started heating up. Okay, now that we've got that heated up, we're going to go ahead and add sausage. This is Cajun style smoked sausage. It says cubed. I'm just sticking it in there. I just sliced it, as you can see, just sliced it in half instead of trying to cut it all the way into cubes. You know, half as much knife work. So now we just set this in here and let it brown up and come back whenever that's done. Okay, now that this stuff is nice and brown, got it definitely cooking up nice. We're going to go ahead and take the sausage out of there, and I'm just going to use a slotted spoon, and I'm going to put it in with the chicken that we got to add in later. Okay, so now this is the crazy part. This recipe calls for making a roux, and a roux is a mixture of some kind of oil. Generally it's butter. It's not vegetable oil. Well, I shouldn't say that. I guess the etouffee-based stuff is butter. Gumbo a lot of times will have oil in it. But anyway, so what we've got is the oil here, and instead of using flour, I'm going to use, this is just xanthan gum, just straight up. And we're going to also add 2 tablespoons of butter into here. It's been sitting out for a second, so get that going. And what we're going to do is we're just going to stir this xanthan gum in here, and we're looking for it to thicken up. Now, I saw this in a separate location online, this place where this lady uses xanthan gum in her roux, and I think that that's interesting because I happen to have some xanthan gum. So we're going to try this out, see if it works out. But you want to go ahead and stir it constantly. You can't stop stirring when you're making a roux. That's important. And what the goal is to get some of this nice blackened nature that's coming off of the sausage into the rest of it. And you're not really doing this. It's for a gumbo. You don't really need it to be super thick. So, and a lot of times your thickening is actually going to come from the okra. It's not necessarily even going to come from the roux. The roux is not really used as a thickener so much as it is used for flavor. Anyway, so we're going to keep stirring it. I'm obviously getting some of the blackening stuff off of the floor, and this is definitely getting brown. You can see as I'm stirring, it's definitely got a little bit of brownness to it. So that's kind of what we're looking for. So the thing is that it suggests that you need to do this for 10 minutes. So I'm not gonna make you sit through 10 minutes of me stirring this, but we'll catch you back later. Okay, this is basically no time later. I did literally just stop the camera and started it back up again because it's already definitely dark enough. We definitely do not need to keep cooking it another 10 minutes. That would be crazy. So it says go ahead and add the other 3 tablespoons of butter. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to go ahead and add in 1 onion, full onion chopped. Get that guy out of there. So that's 1 onion. Get 1 onion in there. Okay. Then we've got green pepper, and I only had about half of a big one, which is good because my wife doesn't like green pepper as much in gumbo. So we got that in there, and then we're going to add 3 stalks of celery chopped, and that was probably more like 4. And yes, that's a lot of dicing to do, but it's alright. So get that stuff going in there. Gonna stir it in. And it says cook for 10 minutes. So at this point we're just going to leave this stuff in here. I'm just going to let it cook. I just realized that I forgot to add my 4 cloves of garlic. So I'm gonna put in my garlic here. That's probably 4 cloves-ish. You know, more garlic is better than less garlic, so we'll just do that. And now we're gonna cook for 10 minutes. So don't forget to put the garlic in like I did. So this is after 10 minutes. You can see it's nice and dark, which is what you want. Everything's still cooking up real nice. It's starting to get soft, which is again a good sign. So now what we're going to do is we're going to add a 1/4 cup of Worcestershire sauce. Worcestershire, if you like to pronounce all the syllables wrong. Anyway, then you also need to add 1½ tablespoons of parsley, and then you're going to cook again for another 10 minutes. There's a whole lot of cook 10 minutes, but this time you can't just let it sit. Otherwise, I guess the parsley will do weird things, so you want to make sure that you keep stirring it for this 10 minutes. So that's a little bit different than the last time. Check back in a few. Okay, so there's our next 10 minutes. So at this point what we're going to do is we're going to add 5 beef bouillon cubes. Just toss those in there. And then we're going to add 4 cups of hot water, which is this entire container here. And then what we're going to do at this point, we're going to go ahead and stir it in a little bit. Obviously the bouillon cubes are going to break down in there. It's got this nice brown. That's a nice brown there, which is exactly what you want. At this point what we're going to do is we're going to add in, I'm putting in 2 cups of okra because you can't ever have too much okra, and this is just frozen okra. Obviously it'll heat up just fine. I've got 1 can of tomatoes, calls for 2 tomatoes. I find that 1 can is about right. And then we're going to put our sausage and then half a rotisserie chicken that's been cubed. We're just going to stick all that in there and get our little pieces out of there. And then all we're going to do is bring this to a boil. And then once it comes to a boil, we're going to want to just turn down the heat, and we just let it simmer and as long as we want. Now, I am a fan of just letting it simmer for, you know, a couple hours. Some people don't like it, don't want to wait. I shouldn't say don't like it. It's obviously always better if you cook it longer. So this is going to be cooking all afternoon for us, and we're going to eat it for dinner here in 3 or 4 hours. So we'll check back then, and I'll do a taste test for you at that point. See you in a few hours. Alright, so this is what it looks like after a good 3 hours of cooking. You can see it's got that nice dark brown color, i.e. not red, so it's actual gumbo, not some kind of bisque. At any rate, let's go ahead and try this stuff out. Alrighty, so let's try this stuff out. See how it is. That's really good. It's really good. Definitely. It's interesting because it's not as spicy as you would expect. I just used it's like Cajun smoked sausage or something, so I didn't add any Tony C's or any black pepper. So if I was going to make this again, I would probably do it without, I would probably add some Tony C's. If you don't know what I'm talking about. Tony Chacheras. Chacheras. I don't know how to pronounce his name, so we just call it Tony C's. Anyway, it's Creole seasoning that we use a lot for stuff like this. So probably add some of that next time. But yeah, other than that, it worked out really well. I definitely like the ratio of celery to green pepper, which also my wife prefers. So yeah, definitely. We've made this gumbo before. This is the first time I've tried making it with roux that's made out of xanthan gum. So I would say, it gets you the brown color and it doesn't taste weird. So I'd say that's a win. So yeah, till next time, please like and subscribe. I'll see y'all later. Have a good one.